So we have a small crew. We probably don't need to use a microphone, but we'll use this at the moment. Thank you for coming. Even though we do have a small crew, I do appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to hear what the county's got to share with us. Some housekeeping-ish things, and Dr. Roby, you may be mad at me when I tell you this, but apparently the ferns that we brought in brought visitors with them. So if you see a large lizard, do not be concerned. And there was a snake in one, but apparently the cheerleaders who were here earlier, they got it and they have already taken it out of the building. So you're welcome for that. But if you see anything else, don't be too terribly alarmed. With that, I think, Jamie, are you going to be first for us? Or? Nope. Okay. Whoever wants to be first for the county, you can come on up.
Well, who's going to ask the questions? I'll stand right here. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Only thing I ask, man, is if you will get closer to the middle of that camera can get you. Y'all, I just found out about this about 45 minutes ago. I was in the field working. I changed shirts and I'm here. Y'all want me to answer these questions? Because some of them I'm going to let Chris answer and Jamie answer. Because they're a little more knowledgeable than I am on the stuff they're working in. It says, what is being done to upgrade our county roads? This is the first question. I'll ask it. I'll ask it and then answer. But we're working on roads daily. We've got more rain, me as a farmer, we've got more rain this year than we've gotten since I can remember. We've got a lot of rain in my area. I poured out 18 inches in a 6-week period and I kept up with it. So when it rains, it's going to mess the road up. That's just natural. The good thing, and it says don't bring up Helene somewhere in here, but Helene was a named storm, so we got a little, hopefully, federal money that's coming down the pipe. It ain't got here yet, but it's coming, hopefully, to help us to do some road work and to help our budget out a little bit on the road work. So we're trying to use that to the best of our ability, Chris is. And they do a good job of trying to get that thing done, and Jamie also. So that's where your roads are at. The roads are going to be a continuous thing when we all in and gone, if we got dirt road. If you got a paved road, I get more calls on a paved road than a dirt road. A hole is a paved road. It's something all the time. And you can't help it. This county's got more big trucks than any county probably in the surrounding counties coming through with logs on. And they're loaded. And that's part of our tax base. So we're going to have to deal with it. It said it has been over 4 years since any work has been done on a certain road. I don't know what road that is. But I think every time I know I've called Chris, he's addressed every problem that I've asked him to address, and Jamie also. So I don't know who this person is and who they call. But we try to address everybody's, when they call in, we try to address it. It said, what would it take to get street signs put on all the roads in the county? What would it take to stop the thieves from stealing? I'm just asking that question back, because I'll promise you, you put them all up, there'll be 10 gone the next day. But that's just the way it happens. Somebody's getting road signs all the time. So that's going to be a problem, an ongoing problem, I think, till we all dead and gone. It says this person here resides in Lake Alhead and have a safety concern where it's something about that's something that, whatever this is, Chris, you've got the paper, you know what to do. Just go see what their concerns are. We'll see what's the problem is. That's the first time I've heard about this problem. Now, that's Ricky's district. I don't know if they called him. I don't know. Why are the property taxes going up and we have nothing to show for it? Well, it says don't say Helene. we're not blaming the taxes on Helene. The state of Georgia made us, they make you have that, do the reevaluation of the property. The state makes us do it. The county ain't got nothing to do with those taxes. But the county reversed, we dropped our millage rate 3 mills, and we dropped it 0.2 yesterday, which I got it wrote down there where I just left. It's took $1,700,000 out of our money receivable income. So the county's running, if we hadn't lowered the millage rate, we'd have got another $1,700,000. So we rolled the millage rate back to compensate, to help the county, the taxpayers in this county. So I know they went up, but it's because of values. And values go up because somebody buys the property. And if you went to school and take some of these tax classes, you'll understand how it works. And I think a lot of people need to do some of that. But what are the top county projects funded by SPLOST? Jamie, you'll have to answer that for me. I can't remember off the top of my head.
So SPLOST funds have to be capital improvements. Every department, from the sheriff's department, EMS, road department, elections, recreation department, we give a percentage to the city, the joint development authority. Each month is distributed out to each department and they submit the request. For instance, when you sign an elections bill, so some money from their SPLOST is spent to update some of their equipment, do the merger, we have a new sign and run of it. So all this information is provided on the state website and email markets are
The other thing, going back to the taxes, and it was asked last night in our meeting, but every county, that millage rate is different. Some counties, the millage rate is worth $1 million. You can look on a sheet, and the city of Atlanta may have a 29 mill rate, but that 29 mill rate, that millage might be worth $100 million, where ours is worth $567,000. That's what our mill rate's worth. So every county is different. You can't go by and say, well, their millage rate's this. No, you got to look at how much that value is on that millage rate. It says, what is the biggest budget challenges the commission is managing right now? And I got a little letter that I can read from Charles Watson over here, and it's going to address number 9. But if you'll think about the U.S. as a whole, everything that goes up is labor. That oil that's in that ground out there is the same price it was when the Lord made it. But it costs to get it out of the hole. And whoever owns that land is going to want to cost. It's labor that drives this economy. And you've got to raise, the county has got to do the same in our budget to keep the people here working. We've got to keep our labor intact. And we've done a good bit of that the last 2 or 3 years, trying to keep good quality people here for whoever you graduate, whether be out of our school, that they'll stay here and be happy to work here. You know, ain't nobody happy to work, make $9, $10 an hour. You know, you'll never satisfy. But that's the things that we are trying to do, and I think Jamie will tell you, we really trying to address that. And when I get that page that Charles has got it, wrote us, I'll do some more things there to tell you some more things there. But since which county roads, bridges are next on the resurface and replacement schedule? Jamie, I'll have to ask Jamie, because we vote on that, and I just don't dwell on it. And I can't remember off the top of my head. Or Chris.
So we're in the process of creating that list right now. We're working with the road engineer. They went around all the roads to help us to assess all the roads to see what would be, which road needs to be, either crush and run or paved first. So we will provide that to the community as soon as we have an updated list. So I know Chris and I both have been working with Hofstad and trying to get that list started.
Okay, number 9 says, how is the county addressing the staffing needs for EMS, sheriff's office, and the fire department as the county grows? Okay, here's what Charles Watson wrote. He said, the fire department answers to question 9. The city and county have worked together since 1994 to improve the fire department response of all citizens of Hazlehurst, Denton, and the rest of the county. This year, the city and county agreed to hire 4 additional firefighters, something that hasn't happened in 35 years. And that adds to the budget. Which will help with response times as well as helping to keep our ISO rating lower, in turn helping with property insurance. Fire departments across our nation are tasked with more and more challenges as our profession changes daily. And it says, Jamie, let me know if this works. So it's working. But I don't know right off the top of my head how much we went up on the fire department's budget. But it's a county, I mean, you can look at it and see that we went up a good bit. And we built a new jail, and that's just a lot of things we've done in this county. That's that we're spending money on. And how many employees did the jail bring?
So we have about 20 more additional employees for the jail.
20. And we've added some road department employees. So we've added and done some things and trying to get the money where they'll stay. And I think our turnover's better. So we're working on that. Are there active efforts to encourage new residents, subdivisions, or workforce housing to meet demand? I'm a developer authority. How do y'all address that?
It's a complicated issue.
It is.
We did that Georgia Tech study about housing with the city. Talking about that.
But there again, we'll get back. Employees. You got to keep. And I want people, and I know what it takes for a man to make it, to pay his bills, not make it, just pay his bills. If he ain't making $15 an hour, the poor boy better be getting welfare somewhere. When I say welfare, I'm talking about food stamps and whatever. Because he ain't making it. You can't make it in a day's time making that kind of money. But anyway, it's tough. And y'all in education, that's what you teach. Everybody go to school and get a better education, and we ship off our top probably 20% of our students out of the county. And then you're gonna keep, you know what I'm saying. So, and we got to deal with that. And I can't blame those guys who move off the leave, But I've tried to keep my family here, and I've done it, thank the Lord. But and Terry Stone's done it. Your boys is here. And I look around, there's some boys there. Mr. Stone, you still here. We here working, trying to keep people here. And I appreciate that. But how's the county handling blighted properties, illegal dumping, and code enforcement to keep major gateways and rural areas attractive for residents and visitors? That's another never-ending thing. People's going to throw tires, they're going to throw trash out on these roads. I do get pictures of that. And it's usually on Sunday morning or late Saturday evening or something. And you can't, they've done it. We had a farm in Coffee County when I was 10 years old. Well, younger than that. But I remember there was a pile of trash out on that farm. That's where people dump trash. Daddy never said nothing. Nobody said nothing back. But it was a big old pile of trash. That's when it was legal. You could just dump it anywhere. I can remember out in the country, they dumped it on landowners' land. And then they finally got a law that you couldn't do it, so they stopped all that. But now they still do it, but it's illegal. But you just think back 50 years ago. Oh, they asking about the dog ordinance. I don't know why we don't enforce it. I don't know the rules to that. Do you, Jamie?
So the vicious dog ordinance will have to be enforced by the sheriff's department. The county does not have an animal shelter at this time. The city does have one, but I do know it stays pretty full. The only thing that we can suggest is to contact a company like Soaps or someone that will be available, but that's all that will happen.
Okay. It says, what is the commission doing to improve transparency and citizen engagement? I think this right here, we didn't do it, but the government already done it. Look at the people that showed up. You know, last night we had a meeting, there was 3 people there. You know, and it was on tax. But you just can't, you don't get involved. How many comes to your school board meeting?
We have public comments that anyone's.
And we have them, and we try to address them, and they just don't come, you know, they don't ask. Now, they'll come and be very negative, but let's talk about getting something done. You know, I want to hear, you know, let's move forward. When our county commissioners think about Jeff Davis County 30 years from now, what type of community do you envision, and what do you see? All right. I hope to see a good one. Our school is headed in the right direction. I mean, we got a nice school. We need industry. How do you get it here? I've asked that question for a long time, and I know, and I know y'all work at it, and I know Mr. Terry works at it. But, I can't answer that. I don't know how to get them here. Do y'all, Terry? I mean,
We got a new company already here,
yeah,
and then we got one that's almost fully open.
right.
So, right now,
But
it's really good.
But you just don't have the,
They just don't come this way,
the problem is they all got, they want tax abatement. They want to come from nothing. And they're going to beat you up. They'll beat everybody up around you, and then they won't come. They
we
won't
don't
come.
need to no tax abatements.
Huh?
These two companies, no tax abatements.
Well, I'll bet you, if you're going to get one of how many people,
One
they'll
of
want
them's
something.
$60.
You what?
One of them's gonna be about $60.
Well, good.
And no tax abatement. Isn't that right?
What now?
I'm asking no tax.
Can't comment at this time.
Can't comment at this one. Sorry. He didn't know who it is.
Yeah. But it says, how are you all working today to get us to that vision? And like I said, all I know is to try to manage our money and have a good place, a good workforce. And that's all I know to do. And it scares me. And like I told somebody last night, and I know there's a lot that was, you know, against the solar panels, and I'm fine with that. But we draw $1.7 million, the county does, off our property tax. I mean, 6.7. The part on that, you can take $1,400,000 or something away from that, and that's how much your solar company pays. Of that 6.7. So, and I think the next one in line is Beasley. I don't know just how much they pay. But there's your two big ones. And we hunt and look and try to get somebody to help with these taxes. And that solar panel thing is going to go away in about 10 or 15 years. So what you going to do then is the next question. Who we going to put? What we going to do? You know, it's going to be tough for whoever's in these shoes, and it's going to be real tough. We got to get out and find a way to make it happen. But anyway, any other questions? I've answered all of them on this page, I think. Any more, Oakley?
Yes, sir.
Chris, you want?
I'll just give a quick update.
Yeah, he can give you an update on the roads. Y'all, this man's doing a good job on these roads.
I don't know if you hear me or not. Hey, my name's Chris Horton, and I'm the road superintendent. I've been here for approximately 15 months, and it's been a tough 15 months. And it's been a challenging 15 months, but one of the things I'm proud of is the way the county's come together and work together, and I'd just like to say, as far as the road department, what we're doing with the roads, and myself, Jamie, and the county commissioner's going to Atlanta and asked for extra money for the funds for some of the roads, and they given some money this previous year, and so has the DOT. And some of the resurfacing that y'all seen this year was more than we've had, I think, that they've had for previous years. And a lot of that was due to the DOT giving some funds, and also as Vann, myself, Rick, and some others went to Atlanta, they also gave some extra funds for resurfacing. And we hope to, this coming year, also get some more resurfacing. As far as the roads that's on the list to be resurfaced, Jamie and myself and others are, and the Hofstadter consultant group's looking at it. We're trying to look at the worst roads. Of course, we're not going to get them all, but we can try to find the worst roads in the county, go to them, grade them, and get the road resurfacing. And the resurfacing that we're doing now is not just a rock and tack like was done in some of the old days in most of the counties. We're actually doing actual asphalt, leveling, topping, and patching as well, so these roads will hold up long. And also, as far as the dirt roads go, we've got 6 motor graders we're actively running at this time. We are ditching, and we are behind on some of the dirt roads. And like Vann said here earlier, all this rain we've had this year, when the dirt roads, it does put you behind. But we are starting out to build some roads. We're actually trying to build at least 1 road a week. We actually on, I think, Griffin Road this week, and last 2 days we've been building that road. And what we've done, we put 1 motor grader aside just to build roads while the rest of the graders continue to grade throughout the month. And our goal is to grade every dirt road in this county at least once a month. That's our goal. We haven't met that yet, but that's our goal to get there. Also, I think actively now we have around 20 to 22 on staff with the county road department, and that's our max that we go to. And they've been pretty busy, and I think we got some very good workers out there, and they're doing a good job. And so I think we see in the near future a lot of improvement. Like I said, we've had a lot of challenges in this last 15 months, but if you look around at the roads and the communities, on a lot better off than we were, say, 18 months ago. So we are in the right direction. And I do think this county, I'm not from Jeff County, my wife is, but this county's been very good to me. I want to thank everybody for their patience, but we try to work through all these issues we have. We have reached out and worked very hard behind the scenes, asking for more money and funds for this county. And we have received a lot. Also, the projects like the fairgrounds being refurbished, the road department getting a new building, all that's funded by federal funds. So I just want to let the county know that the county's not funding that. That's federal funds that we found, and so we're trying to make some improvement to the county, and actually and the county taxpayer might have to pay for it. Also, these resurfaced roads. These resurfaced roads are actually done through the LMIG and TIGA and other state-funded projects, also not funded by the county. So the county, we're trying not to spend general funds, money out of the county funds to do resurfacing the roads or any of these projects that we have. Most of these projects are funded federally. I think that's correct, Jamie. So I just want to let everybody know that. And as far as I think somebody mentioned about one of the roads that hadn't been touched in a while, and then great. If they get back in touch with us and let us know where their needs are, we try to meet those needs however we can. And we always open for my numbers out there, and the county road department's numbers out there. Anybody wants to contact us, I usually try to go out and meet with them and look at what their issue is and give them a time frame in which we can get prepared. Also, we try to make some upgrades at the county road department where we when somebody calls in, go ahead and do a work order on it. I will go ahead and put that work order on the computer, and that way we can look back and see when a complaint comes in, and how we addressed it, when we addressed it. And so that way we keep up with whatever complaints someone might have, or an issue that the citizen district's got has. But I'm very thankful, I'm very proud of this guy, and I'm proud of the work that's being done, and I think we've come a long way as a county since Hurricane Helene, and I was actually working in a hurricane was going on, and the morning after, I seen that, I thought it would be years and years down the road before we really seen it very much improved. But here, 10, 12 months later, our roads are open, the schools run well, the rec department run well, and development authorities got more jobs coming into the community and more development also. I see a lot of positive stuff going on in Genflex County. I really do. I'm proud to be part of it. I just want to thank y'all for allowing me to be part of this. That's all I have to
Can you
say.
tell us something about 341, what, DOT still on?
341 DOT. I'm not really sure. I retired from the DOT, but it's been sold for 4 years. I'm not, I do, my understanding they do some, what they call right turn only, stuff over everything. If you come like from Lone City, you're gonna be, everything's pretty much going to right turn. You can be able to turn left to some of this. I think some of the businesses at this time is concerned about that. And then, but the DOT, I work with them for close to 30 years. Most of the time they don't understand what you're doing, and look at the meetings and bring concerns all the time. The DOT on meeting meetings, what we already listen to. The DOT's been very good to me personally. They've also been good to us right here in Davis County. And I think they'll continue to do so. So I'm not really familiar with that product. And but I will try to get y'all some